Stephen A., does Barkley have a point on LeBron?
He does have a point, but it's not about LeBron being a drama queen. I would never disrespect LeBron like that by calling him that. I do think it's somewhat disrespectful to call him that. But the reason why Charles Barkley has a point is because Charles Barkley knows what I know. And that is, Max, that there's a lot of people in the league who have said that about LeBron James for years. It's not a secret. Going throughout the NBA, there are a lot of people who feel that way about him. They feel he cheated his way to his first 2 titles in Miami. They feel that, the public, and they feel like the media and what have you favors him excessively because obviously he's a box office attraction. More importantly, the ultimate thing, and this I totally agree, because this is why I say he's always trying to control the narrative. They consider him the master at being passive aggressive. He is the kind of person that'll drop one-liners or drop little things and says things without saying them directly, so he has a way out of a situation that he may have helped create in terms of causing controversy or causing storylines to come his way or trying to control the narrative. Now, if you listen to his side of the camp, they won't even deny that he tries to control the narrative. What they'll say is, Stephen A., how can you blame him? He's the most scrutinized athlete in the modern day era. If Michael Jordan and others had to play in the age of Twitter and Facebook and beyond, how would they be? So they use that as rationale to justify some of the passive aggressive tendencies that LeBron has with his insatiable appetite to control narratives about himself. And in all honesty, you really can't blame him, because in today's world, it makes total sense, which is why I think that I would guard against saying what Charles Barkley said. But there is no doubt that what Charles Barkley said has been said by many folks within the NBA community. LeBron James is highly respected, Max, no question. And his business acumen is exceptional. And he's done a lot for the game of basketball, and he's done a lot for a lot of guys in the league. Unfortunately, you have some people who are incredibly jealous of him and have some level of vitriol towards him, and they believe that his willingness to control the narrative is what grates their nerves, and privately, they don't respect him nearly as much as they should.
That is pure and the definition of player hating by other players on LeBron James.
Right.
They are player hating. Stephen A., in the words of Biggie Smalls, player hater. Turn your head round.
Turn your head
come
round.
on, let's be honest about this.
Right.
Lay on the ground. You've been robbed.
You've been robbed.
LeBron James is so much better than everybody else in the league. It's his world. It's his story. If this is Space Jam, he's Jordan, and the rest are playing with the Monstars. And people understand that. But for them, look, Jordan, it was the same thing, right? But I know a former player, and the only reason I won't give his name now is I don't remember if he told me this off the record in a personal conversation, but I can relay the story. He said, Max, I thought Mike was Satan. I said, I know what you mean. It feels like he sold his soul, right? He said, no. I think he was Satan himself. And then he told me some stories about how Michael Jordan was basically superhuman. So even though people may have been jealous of Jordan or envious of Jordan, they had to respect his pure demonic superiority, right? And LeBron is not that kind of personality. He doesn't inspire fear and respect the way Jordan did. But
that's accurate.
Have to know that you're right, but the story is all about him, and they are purely hating on this man. Stephen A., the fact is, look, is he imperfect? Yes, he's a human being. But think about this. The only basketball player with the kind of scrutiny that LeBron James has had, proportional to his time, from the time he was a kid, was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Right? Lou Alcindor back then had the kind of proportional scrutiny, but there was just much less media. And LeBron, and think about Kareem, by the way, who is a genuine intellectual. I mean, intellectuals are few and far between, but also in sports, they're probably even fewer of them. And it's no knock against LeBron's intelligence. He's obviously not stupid, but Kareem is an intellectual. He went to college. LeBron didn't. Not only did he go to college, he went to UCLA. Not only did he go to UCLA, he graduated. He did well there, and now writes columns in magazines about complex social issues that are worth reading. I mean, Kareem has mental faculties. He has abilities that others do not have. And even Kareem had to develop, and already had, a thick skin in order to deal with the kind of scrutiny and pressure he's had. LeBron, that didn't happen to LeBron. LeBron has welcomed this kind of stuff with open arms, and has embraced everyone and brought them in, has handled it much better, I would say, than Kareem, even though there's been more pressure on him. And in certain ways, he's less equipped to handle it. It's his personality. He's been able, and by the way, he did this and presided over the NBA during the advent of social media, and yet got out ahead of it and learned how to manipulate it better than anyone else. And maybe that idea, well, he manipulates it, is part of the drama queen or controlling the narrative or whatever. But you would be hard-pressed to find someone who's dealt with the scrutiny better than LeBron, and when people jump on him for that, they are player hating.